In an astonishing display of impact, a complete stranger has permanently marked their body with your initials. This individual, someone who had never met you before, was so profoundly moved after hearing your personal story that they immediately committed to carrying your symbol on their skin for life. Your words didn't just resonate, they fundamentally altered someone's physical being. What you shared was so transformative that it warranted permanent commemoration on another person's body. This is the undeniable proof of your influence. Your story carries such raw authenticity and power that it drives strangers to extreme demonstrations of devotion. The universe continues to reflect back the extraordinary impact of your existence, this time through the permanent ink marking a follower who recognized your significance after just one encounter. The universe just sent you an unmistakable message wrapped in human flesh. Yesterday meant nothing. Today, everything changed. That stranger who approached you after hearing your story wasn't random. Nothing about this is coincidence. Their eyes locked onto yours with a recognition that transcended the physical realm. You felt it, that electric current running between two souls who were never truly strangers. When they rolled up their sleeve to reveal your initials, fresh, raw blood still seeping through the bandage, the air around you crystallized into something dense with meaning. "I've been waiting for someone with your exact frequency," they whispered, and though logic screamed danger, something deeper in you recognized truth. Your initial fear transformed into wonder as they revealed details about your childhood home, that recurring dream you've never shared, the exact words your grandmother whispered before passing, details impossible to know. The trembling in your hands wasn't fear. Your body recognized the significance before your mind could process it. This stranger carrying your mark now walks the world as living proof of your impact, a human testament that your words cut through the collective noise and pierced straight to the soul of another being. This is how it begins for the marked ones. Always has been, always will be. Your story cracked open something primal in them, something that needed marking, needed permanence. Your initials now pulse beneath their skin, a covenant neither of you fully comprehends yet. The gravity of being recognized at this depth carries weight, cosmic weight. And that weight now rests firmly on your shoulders. The signs have surrounded you since birth, blinking neon arrows pointing toward your exceptional nature that you've systematically ignored. Stop ignoring them. That recurring dream you've had since childhood, the one where you stand before a council of light beings who speak without words, was never just a dream. It was orientation, preparation. Those beings have watched your development with invested interest since before your first breath. Electronics don't randomly malfunction around you during emotional peaks. Your energy field disrupts standard electromagnetic frequencies because you operate on wavelengths others can't access. Light bulbs don't blow out when you're angry because of power surges. They break because they cannot contain the voltage of your emotional current. Animals sense it instantly. Dogs who never approach strangers come directly to you, pressing their bodies against your legs. Birds land nearby when you sit alone. Even insects pause their frantic movements in your presence. They recognize a frequency humans have forgotten how to hear. Count them. The times strangers have approached saying those exact words. "I feel like I know you from somewhere." They do know you. Not from this lifetime perhaps, but from spaces between worlds where souls recognize their own kind. Your face carries echoes of ancestral memory that triggers recognition in those with eyes to see. The constant synchronicities, the repeating numbers, the songs that play at precisely the moment you think of them, the books that fall open to exactly the passage you needed. These aren't happy accidents, they're cosmic coordinates guiding you toward your purpose. The universe doesn't waste this much energy on ordinary souls. Warning. The following message is only for those who felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. I witnessed the Archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened, "You'll never awaken a single soul." But something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability: coherence through unconditional love. Feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the Obsidian Inner Order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth. You were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels, and live streams reaching the entire astral atom network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The Archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. Ancient cultures understood the power of marking flesh with significant symbols. Warriors tattooed protective runes before battle. Priests inscribed sacred geometries to channel divine forces. Tribal elders marked initiates with ancestral patterns to connect them to lineage wisdom. This stranger's act follows tradition older than written history. Your initials carry vibrational power when etched in living skin. Letters aren't merely shapes, they're energy containers. Sound made visible. Each curve and line of your name holds the frequency of your essence. When blood mingles with ink beneath skin, something alchemical happens. A portal opens, a connection forms. Their body now serves as an antenna, perpetually tuned to your specific broadcast. The spontaneity makes it powerful. No planning, no second thoughts. Your story crashed through their defenses and triggered immediate, irrevocable action. This wasn't calculated, it was compelled. The universe working through human impulse to create permanent connection between two souls, meant to recognize each other. This tattoo serves as physical evidence of intangible truth. In a world obsessed with material proof, here stands living testimony that your words carry transformative power. Your story rewired someone's neurochemistry so dramatically they felt driven to mark themselves with your essence. This level of impact doesn't happen to ordinary people telling ordinary stories. Their body now carries your signature. Every cell in that tattoo resonates with your frequency, and through that resonance, information flows both ways. Dreams may come featuring places you've never seen. Emotions might surface with no apparent pause. These aren't random, they're transmissions through the ethereal tether now connecting you. Being truly seen carries tremendous weight. The moment another soul recognizes your essence at the deepest level, everything shifts. No more hiding, no more pretending to be smaller than you are. The universe has identified you through another's eyes, and now you stand exposed in your raw power. With recognition comes responsibility. This person and others who will follow project spiritual expectations onto you that feel overwhelming. They look to you for answers you're still discovering yourself. Their hungry eyes follow your movements, seeking guidance, validation, direction. Their need becomes a tangible pressure against your skin. Their recognition isn't wrong. Deep down, you know this. Their perception pierces through the carefully constructed ordinary life you've built and touches something ancient and true within you. The discomfort you feel isn't because they're mistaken, it's because they're right. And truth demands response. People claim you've changed their lives after brief interactions. Conversations with you replayed obsessively in their minds. Your casual insights quoted like scripture, your suggestions followed with religious devotion. This power to influence requires careful handling. Words that leave your mouth land with seismic impact in the hearts of others. Boundaries become essential now. Some will try to drain your energy, becoming dependent on your light rather than igniting their own. They'll mistake your genuine concern for something more, creating connections in their minds that exist only in fantasy. Learning to say no with compassion preserves your strength for those you're truly meant to help. The stranger who now carries your initials represents just the beginning. Others will recognize you too, perhaps less dramatically, but no less significantly. Each recognition adds weight to your cosmic responsibilities. Each person who sees you for what you truly are becomes further confirmation of the path you must walk. Every soul carries a distinct energy signature, but yours stands apart, vibrating at frequencies uncommon to this physical plane. Those sensitive to energy currents feel it immediately, the distinctive pattern of your aura that commands attention without effort. Like recognizing a song never heard before, yet somehow familiar. Your voice carries frequencies that bypass cognitive barriers and speak directly to the soul. Notice how people lean in when you speak, their eyes slightly unfocused, bodies swaying subtly toward your words. This isn't coincidence. Your vocal cords generate harmonics that resonate with the body's cellular memory, awakening dormant knowledge. The stranger who tattooed your initials simply made visible what energy workers perceive naturally, your unmistakable spiritual fingerprint. They felt compelled to mark themselves with your signature because unconsciously they recognized something their conscious mind couldn't articulate. Your soul is from somewhere else, somewhere they remember but cannot name. This natural charisma requires conscious direction. Untamed, it attracts chaos. People projecting their unmet needs, unprocessed trauma, and unfulfilled potential onto your energy field. Mastering this power means learning to channel it deliberately, focusing it towards specific healing purposes rather than broadcasting indiscriminately. Your energy affects physical environments too. Rooms feel different after you leave them. Objects seem to rearrange themselves in your presence. Electronic devices function differently under your touch. The molecular structure of water changes when you direct intention toward it. These subtle influences grow stronger as you acknowledge them. Test this truth yourself. Enter a crowded space and watch how movement patterns shift around you without apparent cause. Observe how conversations naturally pause when you begin to speak. Notice how often you become the focal point without trying. These aren't accidents or ego projections. They're measurable evidence of your energetic impact. That story you shared, the one that triggered such recognition in the stranger, wasn't just a personal anecdote. It carried codes, frequencies, ancient patterns disguised as ordinary experience. When you spoke those specific words, you, unknowingly, activated dormant DNA in your listener. Something primal awakened in their cells. Certain phrases you naturally use serve as keys unlocking hidden chambers in the consciousness of those meant to hear them. These aren't special words in themselves. It's the unique vibration you give them that carries transformative power. Your authentic voice channels energies from dimensions beyond the physical. The seemingly ordinary events of your life carry extraordinary meaning, because nothing about your journey has been ordinary. Every challenge, every victory, every apparent coincidence has been carefully orchestrated to shape you into a specific energetic instrument. Your personal history isn't random, it's precise spiritual engineering. When you share your experiences without filtering, without diminishing, without apologizing for their intensity, you create ripples in the collective consciousness. These ripples touch shores far beyond your awareness, changing thought patterns in minds you'll never physically meet. The stranger who now carries your initials represents thousands more affected by your energy from a distance. Your story contains power comparable to ancient parables and myths, tales designed to restructure human consciousness through symbolic language. The difference is that your story emerges naturally from lived experience rather than calculated teaching. This authenticity makes your narrative exponentially more potent than rehearsed wisdom. The tattoo serves as physical evidence that your words carry creative force. They literally changed another human's physical body. They manifested as needle and ink and blood and permanent mark. This level of impact isn't normal. This degree of influence isn't common. This is the power of the chosen speaking their truth without dilution. Since the tattooing incident, impossible coincidences have multiplied around you. These aren't random events, but cosmic exclamation points emphasizing your path. The universe doesn't waste this much orchestration on insignificant players. The number patterns have become impossible to ignore. 1111 appearing each time. You check the time, 333 showing up on license plates, receipts totaling exactly $55.55. These numerical sequences serve as dimensional coordinates, mapping your progress along an invisible but precisely charted spiritual trajectory. Notice the perfect timing of recent encounters, people appearing exactly when needed, carrying exactly the information, opportunity, or connection your next step requires. These meetings feel accidental, but couldn't be more deliberate. Cosmic forces orchestrate these convergences with mathematical precision, objects disappearing from where you place them only to reappear in impossible locations. Keys that vanish and materialize in locked rooms, books opening repeatedly to passages containing messages directly relevant to current questions. These phenomena occur because your energy field has begun affecting physical matter at quantum levels. The dream space has transformed too. Vivid encounters with beings who deliver specific instructions. Landscapes you've never seen yet navigate with familiar ease. Information downloaded while consciousness travels beyond the body. Upon waking, these experiences leave tangible effects, new skills, solved problems, healed conditions medical science cannot explain. Technology behaves differently around you now. Messages sent to wrong numbers, reaching exactly the right person. Computers displaying information you needed but didn't search for. Phones ringing with callers thinking of you seconds before. The digital realm responds to your energy because all systems, organic and artificial, recognize foundational code when they encounter it. Ancestral memories surface with increasing frequency, knowledge you never learned, yet somehow possess. Skills your hands remember that your mind never studied. Languages your tongue wants to form, though you've never heard them spoken. These aren't imagination or coincidence, they're genetic memory activating in your cellular structure. The unmistakable sense of ancient wisdom you've carried since birth finally makes sense. Your inexplicable knowledge of how to calm storms, both atmospheric and emotional. Your natural understanding of energy systems beyond scientific explanation. Your instinctive recognition of medicinal plants without formal training. These abilities connect you to lineages operating outside conventional history. Throughout recorded time, figures have emerged showing your same patterns, individuals whose mere presence altered collective consciousness. Their names echo through various traditions: seers, shamans, prophets, mystics. Modern labels call them empaths, starseeds, indigos. The terminology changes, but the essential function remains consistent. Cosmic translators making higher frequencies accessible to human consciousness. Meditation now serves as direct access to this ancestral knowledge. The quiet space between thoughts becomes a portal where voices of your predecessors speak clearly. Their guidance arrives not as vague inspiration, but precise instruction. Specific frequencies to hold, exact words to speak, particular actions to take at carefully timed moments. Your DNA contains coding sequences dormant in most humans. These sequences activate under specific cosmic conditions, many of which align with current astronomical configurations. The sensation of electricity running through your spine during key celestial events isn't psychological. It's literal activation of dormant genetic potential responding to cosmic triggers. The stranger recognizing you represents external confirmation of internal truth you've always sensed. Their tattoo serves as physical evidence of spiritual lineage, invisible to conventional perception. Their body now carries permanent acknowledgement of what your DNA has always known. You belong to an ancient order of consciousness carriers, preserving specific frequencies through countless generations. The isolation cuts deeper than others can comprehend. Walking among people while experiencing reality so differently creates fundamental disconnection. Conversations about weather and politics feel trivial when you perceive the energetic currents shaping these physical manifestations. The loneliness of perception separates you from casual connection. Energy vampires target you with increasing frequency. Sensing your vibrant field, they attach themselves to your aura, drawing vital force through invisible cords. After interactions, you feel inexplicably drained while they walk away revitalized. Learning to cut these etheric attachments becomes essential survival skill for those carrying higher frequencies. Self-doubt arrives in powerful waves precisely because your experiences exceed conventional understanding. The rational mind struggles against mystical knowing, creating internal conflict that manifests as anxiety, insomnia, and physical symptoms medical testing cannot explain. The path requires learning to trust internal guidance above external validation. Society rewards conformity with acceptance, stability, and safety. All things your soul's mission may require sacrificing. Standing in authentic power often means standing alone, facing criticism from those who feel threatened by energies they don't understand. The pressure to diminish yourself for others' comfort becomes a daily battle. Dreams turn prophetic. Meditations reveal cosmic architecture. Everyday objects transmit downloads of information. Yet you must function in a world that pathologizes these experiences. You appear functional while simultaneously perceiving multiple dimensions of reality. This constant translation between worlds creates cognitive strain unique to those with expanded perception. The stranger's tattoo brings these shadow aspects into stark relief. Their permanent marking makes tangible the weight of recognition. Their action forces confrontation with your significance and the responsibilities it carries. Their dedication demands reciprocal acknowledgement of your power, something you've carefully avoided until now. Your consciousness now operates across multiple dimensions simultaneously. While engaging in physical conversation, you simultaneously perceive emotional currents, energetic blockages, ancestral patterns, and spirit presences surrounding each person. This expanded awareness demands new navigation skills. The overwhelming sensations when absorbing others' emotions require immediate management techniques. Crowded spaces become sensory battlegrounds as grief, desire, rage, and joy from dozens of auras bombard your energy field at once. Learning to establish energetic boundaries without shutting down your gifts becomes essential practice. Grounding techniques take on critical importance when consciousness expands beyond comfortable parameters. Physical practices anchor explosive, spiritual energy. Walking barefoot on earth, submerging in water, working with clay, stone, or wood. These aren't merely symbolic acts, but literal energetic circuitry connecting cosmic voltage to planetary ground. Systems for recording intuitive insights preserve crucial information received during heightened states. The download speed accelerates. Symbols, equations, language structures, healing techniques arriving faster than the conscious mind can process. Documentation creates retrieval pathways for accessing this knowledge when needed. Time perception shifts dramatically. Future events appear as completed, while past experiences remain actively malleable. Linear progression dissolves into simultaneous existence across multiple timelines. This perspective makes conventional scheduling challenging while providing strategic advantage in navigating probability fields. The stranger who recognized your frequency serves as anchor point in shifting perceptual landscapes. Their tattoo, a physical, unchanging mark, provides concrete evidence that your expanded experiences reflect legitimate reality rather than imagination. Their permanent devotion validates your most unspeakable truths about who you are and why you're here. Before incarnating into this physical form, you established specific agreements, precise missions, exact purposes for entering this particular timeline at this crucial juncture in planetary evolution. The stranger's recognition activates remembrance of these pre-birth contracts you're now obligated to fulfill. Certain people magnetically draw toward you regardless of logical connection. Colleagues from different industries, strangers from distant countries, individuals with no apparent common interest. These seemingly random connections follow invisible but precisely mapped soul agreements. Each person plays a scheduled role in your awakening sequence. The tattoo serves as physical confirmation of your spiritual assignment, permanent, undeniable, visible evidence of invisible truth. The universe orchestrated this dramatic demonstration because subtler signs were ignored. When cosmic forces need your attention, they escalate methods until acknowledgement becomes unavoidable. Your specific gifts now demand expression. The unique abilities you've hidden, diminished, or denied must activate fully. Every challenge in your history developed particular strengths, sensitivities, and insights humanity desperately needs in this evolutionary moment. Continued resistance creates increasing discomfort as energy seeks expression. Synchronicities surrounding the stranger reveal which aspects of your mission most urgently require attention. Notice patterns in subsequent events, recurring themes in random conversations, persistent images in meditation or dreams. These repetitions highlight immediate action points in your larger soul assignment. The weight of recognition brings proportionate power. As responsibility increases, so does your access to cosmic resources. Energy previously unavailable now flows through expanded channels in your field. Capabilities dormant through decades of ordinary existence suddenly function at full capacity. The activation has begun. There's no reversing this process. Distinction exists between acknowledging genuine power and inflating spiritual identity. The former serves collective evolution, the latter obstructs it. Validation of your significance comes not to elevate personal importance, but to ensure you fully occupy the functional role you agreed to perform in this cosmic drama. Others with similar awakening experiences need connection with you. Communities form around authentic recognition, as naturally as iron filings align to magnetic fields. Your willingness to stand firmly in your truth creates safe space for others to explore theirs. Your courage catalyzes collective courage. Your influence requires careful direction toward positive transformation without attachment to recognition. The stranger's tattoo represents extreme example of impact, but most effects of your energy remain invisible to physical perception. Seeds, planted through your presence, may flower decades after interaction, in circumstances you'll never witness. The next steps on your path now appear with undeniable clarity. The universe has marked you through another's recognition. The cosmic spotlight now shines directly on your position. All forces have aligned to propel you toward full embodiment of your purpose. Resistance creates suffering. Surrender creates flow. This isn't about becoming someone new. This transformation reveals who you've always been beneath accumulated layers of adaptation, accommodation, and amnesia. The stranger saw your original essence, the unfiltered frequency you carried, before the world convinced you to modulate it for others' comfort. Your initials permanently marked in another's skin symbolize the indelible impact your authentic presence makes on the collective field. This dramatic physical manifestation simply makes visible what happens energetically whenever you speak truth. Without dilution, the time for hiding has ended. The time for full embodiment has arrived. The chosen must now choose to remember who they are.